Are you ready for 10 years?
Am I ready for 10 years to to get through this? Yeah, I'm ready. It's good.
What's 10?
It'll probably take us 10 years to finish this sutra.
My God.
My God. Okay, go ahead.
Namo Fundamental Teacher Shakyamuni Buddha. Namo Fundamental Teacher Shakyamuni Buddha. Namo Fundamental Teacher Shakyamuni Buddha. The unsurpassed, deep, profound, subtle, wonderful Dharma in 100,000 million eons is difficult to encounter. Now that I have come to receive and hold it within my sight and hearing, I vow to fathom the thus come one's true and actual meaning.
Good. Remember last week you said that prologue take about 5 years? So it's not too bad.
Yeah, I bet it'll take us, if it took 5 years for him to lecture it, I think it'll take us longer, because I don't think he's lecturing once a week or even twice a week. He's probably lecturing like at least 5 times a week, I would think.
I guess so.
So
good. All right, let's go from the beginning. In here there are 10 doors. 1, 2, 3, all the way to 10. Good, let's see. Then we go from door number 1. Okay. All right, you can go ahead and do. Maybe start from here, I guess.
okay. Preliminary explanation of the sutra's meaning. General analysis into 10 doors. The commentary. Preliminary indicates that one is about to undertake something. Explanation has 2 aspects, one of opening up and the other of letting out. That is, making what is contained within apparent. Explanation means pulling out from within the sutra all of the subtle, wonderful, inconceivable principles which people do not understand. Not allowed to remain stored inside, the meanings are revealed. Do you see them? There they are. You can't see them? That is wonderful. However, if they are discussed, you can understand them in a general way. The explanation is of the Lotus Sutras. The explanation is of the sutras. The Great Means Expansive Buddha Flower Adornment Sutra. Sutra is the common name of all sutras, while Great Means Expansive Buddha Flower Adornment is the particular name of this sutra. Its meanings are its doctrines, the principles within it. How many of those principles are there?
Very good. What do you understand?
So Master Swanhua is being very thorough with describing this initial title of the preliminary explanation of the sutra's meaning. So he's just explaining what that means there. And that it's, when you begin to take something on, that's the preliminary. So it's the beginning of pulling out the principles from the sutra and it's of course for the Great Means Expansive Flower Adornment Sutra. And all the commentaries I've seen of Master Swanhua, he takes the time to define things very specifically, so it's clear for people.
At the time, my teacher have a very good friend. When my teacher were a lay person, he and his good friend they both went to the temple and for the summer, and they practice and they recite the Mahayana Sutra together for a few years, and later on he became a monk. And that lay person he really good. He not only practiced the Buddhism as well, but he very what do you call he the most filial student in the family. Filial, right? When his mom is sick and lay lay on bed, right? He the youngest one, he have 10 above him, 10 brother and sister. That means it's I don't know how many sister and how many brother, but all 10 up there. And he the youngest one, no one willing to take care of him. And he doesn't have money a lot. And you know what? He is the probation officer for the youth. For the
Mhm.
youth. And he work very early in the morning. That means the shift start from 6 in the morning till 2 or 3 in the evening, in the afternoon. And when he get home, he have to take care of the mom. And well, he hire his brother, older one, pay him to take care of the mom at home.
Wow.
While he working.
Mhm.
But you know that his brother, it give him a lot of problems and take advantage of him so much. But anyway, but he not only take care of mom, but he feeding as well as he well cleaning, right? That means the poo, all those things.
Mhm.
He do everything. He carry the mom outside for the sun and for 8 years. It's a long time.
Yeah.
It's a long time. And mom died. After that, he took care of the father for maybe 1 or 2 years, and he died. And a few years later, he became a monk. He became the monk in 2015. But 1 year before that, he a novice monk. In 2014, I guess, I became a monk in 2018. And I know him well too, very well. When I was a lay person, because he he offered he bought the house with the two unit, right? They are separate. And he offered a small unit for for my teacher when he went to the Los Angeles, and he stayed there for a couple of years to teaching the Dharma. And that is the place that he offered for him to stay there. No charge. Anyway.
Nice.
And he have a very good conduct that he loved to recite. He make a vow in this lifetime. He willing to recite all the Mahayana Sutra. And you know Mahayana Sutra is, some of them is very long.
Mhm.
It's about some of them is 9 volumes. And it take about 3 weeks to recite day and night. Yeah, he did. He really did. And he went to we invite him to the Houston temple in Houston, and to have the flower adornment recitation ceremony.
Mhm.
And we did. We go together with him 8 days for for the whole thing. Straight 8 days. And you know what? He recite his recitation is beautiful. And he recite very fully focused. Single mind focus, almost you can say that. And he recite just like the supersonic speed. Because his mind is so focused. And the people also like that too, of course. But when you recite too quick, you cannot understand much about sutra.
Mhm.
But because of that, we know this sutra. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
He said that he did not want to see the Mahayana Sutra sit on the shelf. And for some time it will go over by dust. That it make sense?
Mhm.
And that's why he make the vow to recite although so other people have a chance to know the sutra. So he helped us to pull out the principle of the sutra. So we be able to understand it.
Nice.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's excellent. And actually he went to the temple into Houston twice last year and this year. He did 2 times for the Flower Dome Sutra. It's very rare to have this assembly of recitation this kind of sutra. No, very rare. And you know what? Last year we did 2. The first 8 days we did for the Flower Adornment Sutra, and the next continuously the next 4 days we do the Mahayana Nirvana Sutra.
Nice.
It's beautiful. That's why we understand a little bit about the sutra due to his vow.
Oh, excellent.
Not beautiful.
He's what inspired you to start reciting it?
Not only with I'm more into learning.
Okay.
I have recited sutra in the past already.
But for the whole, to inspire the whole group recitation.
Right, the whole group. It's not easy to find a single temple to have this kind of recitation. No, even in Vietnam, no. It's very rare. And this is a very big blessing for the people here to have him do it.
So he led the recitation and everyone joined in?
Yeah, no, we do at the temple. They came to the temple, we do together. And of course, we don't sit on the floor for straight from 8 in the morning till 9 o'clock in the evening. Of course, lunch break and also dinner break. And every 1 hour and 45 minutes, we have 10-minute break or 15-minute break. It's beautiful. And you should have some kind of experience like that. You see it, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
I don't know how that's easy for American to have this kind of recitation. Maybe in the future, maybe when the Buddhism become rooted in this society.
Yeah, maybe so. Recitation is not as big of a part of, I think, the American Buddhist culture yet. I agree. Just like, you know, there's not as much of a movement towards the original sutras. A lot of American Buddhists, I think in general, the majority rely upon secondary explanations,
Right.
and not even shastras, but like just living masters and their teachings that are based off of the Buddhist teachings. It's pretty rare, I think, that they read the original sutras.
So that we are abnormal.
Oh, are you guys abnormal? Well, I mean, it's not right in the Vietnamese. In the Vietnamese, it's really matured in the Vietnamese.
No. I mean, our class is abnormal.
Okay, I mean, for like American Buddhists, I would say, yeah.
But that's a blessing, right? It's a big blessing. So
Swanwap, he was also so strong on the recitations.
right,
Really, yeah.
But you know why the recitation is important? When you recite the Earthstone Bodhisattva, what do you experience?
I mean, it's peaceful. It's like clarifying for the mind. It's easier to like, the entry into meditation is smoother. Yeah, it's focusing.
And also each time you read, you have a different understanding.
Yeah.
That important. So the recitation is very important in Vietnamese culture as well as Chinese culture.
Yeah, was thinking that I don't know where I got this idea, but I had the idea that Shariputra in the future would be Maitreya. But like I'm reciting the Lotus Sutra all the time, and Shariputra's name is Flower Glow. But I had this notion in my mind that Shariputra was going to be future Buddha Maitreya.
No,
Shariputra's not. It's like Ajita is, right? And
Uh.
Ajita, like his story was pretty intense. Like, didn't he burn down a monastery?
Ajita,
Yeah.
Ajita. Who is Ajita?
He's mentioned in the Nirvana Sutra, I think.
Ajita.
Ajita.
Ajita. Ajita. You remember his mentioned in Sutra? What kind of
I think he's mentioned. I looked it up because when I realized I was wrong, Tam Dang Tin pointed it out to me. And I was like, what? I thought for sure. And so I went back to look at the Lotus Sutra. I was like, oh yeah, he's Flower Glow Buddha, right? What was I thinking?
Yeah.
And then I was looking up who was prophesized to be Maitreya. And they say in the I think it's in the Maha Sutra, where they're referring to Ajita, and that Ajita is going to be the future Buddha Maitreya.
Ajita.
Let me see if I can find the. I just looked it up earlier. So, what sutra is Ajita in future Buddha Maitreya? It's in the Lotus Sutra and Amitabha Sutra. Maitreya is known as Ajita. The Lotus Sutra is the last teaching of the Buddha. Maitreya, Buddha Ajita, and various Buddhist sutras, such as the Amitabha Sutra as well as the Lotus Sutra, Maitreya is believed to be called Ajita.
Ajita.
So maybe I could say, what is Ajita's name in Vietnamese? What is Ajita? Future Buddha.
Maybe I know in Vietnamese, but sometimes I do not know in English.
Yeah, I wonder what it would be in Vietnamese. I can't. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what it is in Vietnamese.
But he have another name in the Earthstone Bodhisattva, the Metta, right? Metta is I don't know its English they call, but he the another name.
Oh, okay.
Of Maitreya Bodhisattva. Metta, that means love and kindness. Yeah.
Ooh, Ajita means invincible. That's a cool name.
Oh yeah, I saw it. Ajita. Maitreya, invincible. Okay. Follow a second whose story appear Nirvana, where the great vision relate to the Asura. Okay. That is the physician Jivaka related to Asura, the king, right? And then okay. Okay. Ajita, who lived in the Varanasi and happened in sensuous relationship with more. But this Ajita here in here, it's not the same with the Maitreya. Because this one right here, he commit a very evil karma. Yeah,
So different Ajitas.
They have
Okay.
the same name, but doesn't mean that him. Maybe in different sutra. But in the Nirvana sutra, no, it's not the same.
Okay.
Because This person here, he killed his own mother, right?
Oh yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah.
And he killed Alahat as well. He burned down. Okay. In anger, he burned down many of the monastery buildings. Yeah, they're a different person. Okay. Anyway. All right. Let's go back to our yeah, that I told you the story about a monk, right? So okay, now you can go here and
A general analysis into 10 doors. The analysis is general because those principles are inexhaustible and infinite. There is the Dharma realm of specifics, the Dharma realm of principles, the Dharma realm of non-obstruction of specifics and principles, the Dharma realm of non-obstruction of specifics and specifics. There's no way to discuss complete, multi-layered, and inexhaustible meanings of any of these. No obstruction of specifics by specifics is just as with water of the sea. No matter how much water you drink, there's no way to drink up all the sea's water, unless you have the spiritual penetrations to swallow all the water in the 4 great seas in a single gulp, which is an exceptional circumstance. To speak in ordinary terms, it is impossible to drink up all the water in the sea. The Flower Adornment Sutra is like that too. The principle within it are not exhausted by taking, not depleted by use.
Okay. Do you understand what does it mean?
Well, yeah, the general analysis, that makes sense because the principles are inexhaustible and infinite. So we couldn't say a complete analysis because there's no way the analysis can ever be complete because the infinite nature of the principles within the sutra. Now, I don't understand Dharma realm of specifics. I feel like I have a notion of Dharma realm of principle and the non-obstruction of specifics and principles, same thing. I'm not totally clear on those. But the rest of it is clear, saying that, yeah, like to be able to exhaust the principles of the Flower Adornment Sutra would be like drinking all of the oceans in a single gulp. That makes sense because of its infinite nature. But I don't know the meaning of those Dharma realms.
Okay. The Flower Adornment Sutra, the principle is right here. This is the 4 Dharma realm. It will explain the whole sutra. And it is very profound. Once you understand it, it's beautiful. It will comply with the science nowadays. Dharma realm, it means he waste no limit, right? Dharma realm of specific, that means it's opposite of the principle. When we're talking about the specific, it means a form, right? Dharma realm of a form. Instead of we use the word specific, but it means a form, because form is again opposite of the principle. Because principle produce form, right?
Yes. Yes.
And the form, they have the limitation, right? They have some kind of a limit, right? But the principle do not. For example, the car, the computer, laptop, house, mountain, whatever you see, it's a form. It's a specific. That's what it means. And the principle in this way, we not only talking about the all kind of principle of the Buddhist teaching, right? But the ultimate principle is we call the 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 the, the emptiness space. The emptiness, right? The emptiness is the ultimate principle. Okay. Now, when you look at the the Dhamma realm of non-obstruction, that means nothing obstruct them, right? Of specific and principle, that means it's we call principle, and this, when the principle produce the specific or the form, they know nothing obstruct or conflict within them. For example, you know the motherboard, right? In the computer, right? They have the schematic, that means all the wire, right? The electrical wire, they welded, embedded inside the motherboard, and it will connect to an entire component of the electronic component, right?
Mhm.
Whatever you see on the motherboard from the schematic, that means the wire, and also component, memory, whatever, even the board, we call specific or the form, right?
Mhm.
But the electrical, right? The electric, when you turn it on, the electric, it will send through all the motherboard component. It will power your computer without obstruction. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
So the principle in this case, it means that it means substance of what, of the electricity. It's one, but the specific or the form is many. But when they work together, there ain't no obstruction or conflict. It works very well. You not only power that computer, but you power the whole world. Right?
Mhm.
We live in this world of AI, computer, everything. Whatever you name it, it come from where? Come from the electric, right? We call the magnetic field, I think, or the energy, right? So those things you can consider as the principle. And this huge, there ain't no limit. Did you see any limit?
On like for
Specific
applications
and
for electricity.
yeah,
I mean, I hope
specific and
people keep
principle.
coming up with new ones.
They keep going, they keep inventing, and because people so smart, they inventing for good as well destroy,
Mhm.
destruction. So, and that mean, but all these things come from where? Come from the karma of us. For the common people, for the common living being, this is the collective karma. That's why this we call the non-obstruction of specific and principle. But for the Buddha and Bodhisattva or the sickly one, it's built up from their vow. Just like the Amitabha Buddha, he built a Pure Land. Buddha Pure Land, right? Come from the power of his vow. Many things is decorated beautifully in the land. That is called the specific. But the principle is come from where? Come from the Dhamma body.
Mhm.
No obstruction, nothing wrong with that. And what about okay, I show you this one right here. And later on, when we have time, I think maybe we can go ahead and learn that first before we can learn the sutra, I guess. But let me see. I don't know where I am. Okay. When I teach the 12 link, right? Dependency, and also and the 12 link is related to the cause and conditional arising. And this is the cause and the conditional arising in the Dharma realm. It's different than from the 12 link. Does that make sense? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Let me see if I have it. Oh no, wrong one. Okay. Okay, I think Pháp giới. Okay. Hold on. Oh, right here. Pháp giới duyên khởi. So this is the Dharma realm condition arising. Conditional arising. And we learn a lot in there. Hold on. Where are they? Oh, here. You see this thing here? If you have the box of let's say that you have you make the box, right? But the box or the side in the middle. You have top, bottom, you have left and right, and also the outside. That means the 4 sides and the top, the bottom, 6 sides together, they are mirror. But what happens if you put one candle in? How many candles do you see?
No, limitless.
They are self-reflect, and let's reflect. And what this mean to us? The Dharma realm of non-obstruction of specific and specific. Just like when the Bodhisattva or the Buddha, they use the transformation body to help living being, right? But the transformation bodies did not come and go, but they just a reflection from the Dhamma body. So just like the reporter, right? If the new reporter want to broadcast the news, right? So the cameraman, he capture. Okay, he came. Okay, he recorded and he broadcasted. And you know what? In the city or even in the state, right? Turn on the same channel. On that channel, 100 TV or even 1,000 or more, you will see 100 of the same reporter. So from one specific, it produced endless specific. Yeah. Very science. So this is the Dharma. And remember, all this thing here we are talking about the consciousness world, right? We live in the consciousness world. That means the world of unenlightened one, right? We are not enlightened. but already powerful. What about if we live in the non-consonant world, but the wisdom world? Oh my goodness, it's beyond. So that's why in the Avatamsaka Sutra, this four right here can represent for the entire sutra. It's beautiful. I hope that's easy to understand, right?
Yeah. I think there's more. I understand some, and I think over time maybe I'll understand more.
Maybe actually the okay, I say you did here in Vietnamese. I teach the Vietnamese class. For this one right here, the Dharma realm of non-obstruction, of specific and principle, there are 10 different contemplations. It's beautiful. It's profound and very science. I think let's do the prologue. After this, if I be able to translate it or that into English, then we will learn that first. Then we jump into the sutra. If you understand this, you will be able to pick up the sutra along the way. I think maybe that help, I guess.
Okay.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
Intelligent people understand more principles than less learned people. Greedy people eat more than less greedy ones. In this case, the food is dharma. Each eats the food of dharma in proportion to his own capacity. You obtain as much as you want. The Flower Adornment Sutra is like falling rain. Large trees obtain more water, while small plants obtain less. Because they themselves are small, this is equivalent to intelligent people understanding more principles, while stupid people understand fewer principles. Trees grow to be big day by day for several thousand years. In the same way, people become intelligent by having cultivated for many lives through many kalpas. Some people are like small plants. They are stupid because they have not heard the Buddha Dharma before or cultivated it. This is a fact. The Flower Adornment Sutra is like falling rain. However, it is Dharma rain. Each obtains it in proportion to his own capacity.
Good. What do you understand?
Yeah, this is the parable of the medicinal plants. You know, in the Lotus Sutra, there's a whole chapter that uses this metaphor. And it makes total sense. You know, big trees got bigger roots. It's going to drop more water, and it needs more water. A small plant, like a little bush, won't have as big of roots, doesn't need as much water, won't draw up as much water. And that it would make sense that, you know, the abilities, we all have different sorts of abilities and levels and skills and tendencies. And it makes sense that there's a cause for that, and that we cultivated things in past lives, and that resulted in what we have in this life. It really explains a lot.
Yeah. So this is before we come into this. That means it's a good give us a very good what do you call it prepare us, and so we soak into this principle. Just like you, when you take a shower and you take a bath, you soak yourself into the water. Okay, all right, go ahead.
Analysis into 10 doors is as follows. Prologue. 1. The causes and conditions for the arisal of the teaching. Commentary. 1. The cause and conditions for the arisal of the teaching. The teaching is what has been said by sages. For them to speak, there certainly must be causes and conditions. They would not without rhyme or reason speak Dharma. Therefore, Dharma does not on its own arise. States, as they manifest, call it forth. The way is not traversed in vain. meeting with conditions, there is response. This verse says the Dharma does not arise by itself. There must be given circumstances before it arises. Upon meeting with conditions, there is a kind of intertwining of response and way. Now, the causes and conditions for the Buddha speaking the Flower Adornment Sutra were those of a great concern. Doesn't it say in the wonderful Dharma Flower Lotus or Flower Sutra?
Very good.
Yeah, so this makes me think of some of the other teachings too, about how, you know, there are as many teachings as there are types of delusion, that the teachings are to counter out particular types of delusion. And when delusion is gone, there's no longer the same need for that teaching. So in this way, the teachings are like boats that take us across a river. And so that would be one condition for a Dharma to arise, would be the need for it. But then there's also the condition of individuals that are they ready to hear it or not? It's like in the Lotus Sutra, it's very clear that it shouldn't be taught willy-nilly to just anybody. Wherever someone goes, they shouldn't just automatically try to start teaching the Lotus Sutra to anyone. So there have to be people who have affinities with the teachings, have the receptivity for it to actually have benefit. I mean, especially in the case of the Buddha preaching the Flower Adornment Sutra, because it wouldn't be like me sharing something about the Lotus Sutra, because, you know, I might just be excited and want to share it. And that may be the cause. It may not be actually that that person can really benefit from it because my wisdom's incomplete. But the Buddha's wisdom being perfectly matched to circumstances would, you know, would speak that sutra under these ideal conditions of it having the maximum benefit for living beings.
Let's say that the Buddha speaks the Dhamma without anyone intrigued. Is that a good idea?
I would say no, it wouldn't be good if no one can benefit from it. They may be confused. They may be like, this person, they're not a good teacher. I didn't learn anything from this. I'm not going to come back and listen.
And when the Buddha, after he enlightened, he had said that after he teaching the Adornment Flower Sutra to the great Bodhisattva, and he said that no, I am the thing I found, the Dhamma I found, it's so profound. I don't want to teach to any living being. And when he had that kind of thought, all the king of the heaven know, because he wants the king of heaven know. And you know what? They came down and they kneel down and request the Buddha 3 times to teach the Dhamma to the all being into the human world. And the reason for that, you know why? That is the tradition of each Buddha. If and especially the one who requests the teaching, it should come from the heavenly king, not the normal heaven being. No. Why is that?
Well, it would seem that if the heavenly king, so the highest level of the heavens that still care about people, that still cares about what happens with humans and on the earth, that if they wanted the Dharma to be taught, then those are favorable conditions, because there are many, you know, many difficulties that can arise. And so we would want the heavenly realms to be helping and protecting people and practicing the dharmas. But also, it's an opportunity. I think the Buddha creates an opportunity for them to practice compassion. Because if they request the Dharma, then that's, you know, that's like a step in their path.
Okay, let's say that if you see your king, right, follow this person and kneel down and request That means we should have we should ask ourselves, why our king doing that so sincerely? Maybe this person is very special, I guess. Then we automatically follow, right? That's the whole idea. If the Buddha teaching without requesting from others, especially the king of the heaven, the people will not value the teaching. And you know what? Of course, they do not value, they will not learn. If they learn, even though they come just for curious, there's no benefit. That's why every Buddha teaching should have someone, because there are exceptions. There are some sutra that the Buddha not waiting for request to teach. That means Amitabha Buddha sutra. And also the Mahayana Nirvana, because those sutra is so profound, no one can be able to ask, to request. Not their level. So Buddha know it is the right time, and he do it anyway. But at the beginning, he always want the disciple to request the teaching. So especially for the Mahayana teaching, so that's important. Okay. Okay. And also our when we if well okay, that's good. Okay, let's move on to the next one. The Buddha appeared.
Yeah. The Buddha appeared in the world only because of the causes and conditions of one great matter. What great matter was that? It was the great concern of all people, birth and death. The Buddha said in the Dharma Flower Sutra, the Buddhas, the world-honored ones, appear in the world because they wish to lead living beings to open the knowledge and vision of the Buddhas, to demonstrate to all living beings the knowledge and vision of the Buddhas, to lead living beings to awaken to the knowledge and vision of the Buddhas, and to lead living beings to enter the path of the knowledge and vision of the Buddhas. The Dharma Flower Sutra is the king of all sutras, but the great means expansive Buddha Flower Adornment Sutras, however, the king among kings. The 10 causes and conditions for speaking the great means expansive Buddha Flower Adornment Sutra, which constitute the first door, the cause and conditions for the arisal of the teachings, will be discussed in detail in this volume of the Prologue.
Okay. Then what do you understand?
So here it's addressing the cause of the Buddha entering the world, being the sufferings of birth and death, and that the Buddha wishes to free people from that through helping them to become Buddhas. And that this Flower Adornment Sutra, the Great Means Expansive Flower Adornment Sutra, is like the king of sutras. So it's like the king of sutras, because there are other sutras that are also very profound and lofty, but that this is the greatest of them. The 10 causes, which constitute the first door, the cause and condition. Okay, so then it's explaining that the first door will address these 10 causes for speaking the sutra.
Okay, the first door is explaining the 10 causes of the sutra. Okay. The cause of the sutra. Okay. Yeah, the whole idea is in the Dhamma Flower Sutra, the Buddha said that the world one only appear in the world with that all the living being to open the knowledge, that means the wisdom of the Buddha, right? So we be able to understand to be able to see the wisdom of the Buddha. To demonstrate all the living being, right? the knowledge and the vision of Buddha. That means after we see it, and he also be able to enter into it, right? And lead the living being to awake. When we enter into it, we will be able to awake to the knowledge and the vision of the Buddha. When we be able to awake, we enter the path of the knowledge and the vision of the Buddha. Okay, so first it open, right? Second is to demonstrate. Okay, he demonstrate the wisdom or the knowledge and the vision of the Buddha, and the third is to awake the living being from that. And after that, the living being will be able to enter into that path. That means to be able to practice the Bodhisattva path and to be able to attain the Buddhahood. And so that's good. Okay, now we can stop. Okay, then we can still have time. Go ahead.
2. The stories and teachings in which it is contained. Commentary. 2. The second door is the stores. Not stories, the stores. The stores, there is the sound hearer store and the Bodhisattva store, and teaching. Of teachings, there are the Xian Xiao teaching and the Tian Tai teaching. The Tian Tai teaching discusses the 5 periods and 8 teachings. Those 8 teachings combine to make 4 teachings as the Tian Tai treatise. The Tian Tai 4 teachings: store, connective, separate, perfect. The Xian Xiao teaching divides into 5 teachings. The Xian Xiao 5 teachings are the small teaching, the initial teaching, the final teaching, the sudden teaching, the perfect teaching.
Okay.
Anyone speaking sutras should be familiar with those categories. In speaking sutras according to the Xian Xiao method, the method used to lecture the Flower Adornment Sutra, there is a general analysis into 10 doors. That is, the causes and conditions for the arisal of the teaching, the stores and teachings in which it is contained, and so forth.
Good, that's good.
Okay. Yeah, the stores. The stores, there's the sound hearer store, the Bodhisattva store, and teaching, and the teachings of teachings, and the Xian Xiao teaching. So the Xian Xiao and the Tian Tai, those are those patriarchs?
No, Tian Tai is it's another. They are another. Well, we have 5 different. 5 or 6 different traditions, right? The first one is the sutra by itself. The second one is the mantra. The third one is the consonant only. The fourth one is the Zen or the Zen tradition. And the fifth one is Pure Land tradition. We call 5 school or whatever school.
Oh, so Tian Tai is 5 schools.
Tian Tai is one of the school, and Tian Tai is the one that who practiced the Lotus Sutra or the Dhamma Flower Sutra.
What does Xian Xiao mean?
Tian Xiao, I'm not too sure what is Tian Xiao. Maybe similar, I'm not too sure, but they are 2 different traditions, and they be left out. That's why Tian Tai they separate into 4, and Xian Xiao they separate into 5. And the 5 period and the 8 teaching, that means that is for the whole life of the Buddha. His teaching it divide into 5 periods.
Okay.
Okay. The first period is the 21st day that he teach the Adornment Flower Sutra. Okay. The 12 year that he teaching the Theravada Sutra, the Theravada teaching. The next one is the Heart Sutra. It's 22 years, I think. the next one is the one that just like the Saranguma Sutra. What do you call? Sigan,
Gama?
Gama Sutra, or all the next one, if we call the teaching, it relates to the true mind, or the Buddha nature. That means the true mind, right? That means that teaching help us to be able to come back, to be able to go back to our nature, to our Buddha nature. And the next one is that is the last one we call the Flower Endowment Sutra and the Maha Nirvana Sutra. That is the last sutra that the Buddha speak. It's related to the Buddha nature, right? So he said that all living beings have Buddha nature like him. The difference between that means the Buddha nature and the Dharma body, they are the same. But the difference is we are Buddha nature, not Dharma body, because we are not yet enlightened again. And that means every living being in practice will later surely become like him. And that means it helps us, yet even though he entered the nirvana, it's not really nirvana. What we call the Maha, or the great nirvana. Because the teaching and the liberate the living being in this world, it's come to an end, right? All the conditions are met, and now he had to go. And he moved on to the different world system, and they keep going. So basically, it divides into 5 periods of all the sutra. All the sutra that they teach, both Theravada and Mahayana, it divides into this 5 periods. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And I think because the translation is a little bit different. The small teaching, it's I think it's Theravada teaching. I don't know why they call this, but sometimes when they translate it, and I read in Vietnamese, it's a little bit not the same, but it's somehow similar. Not the same, but similar.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we can stop right here. Maybe this is the head up, right? It's not too bad, right?
Oh, no.
It doesn't take 5 years, maybe.
We're probably more, right? Probably more than 5 years. Yeah, right? I mean, if it took him 5, it'll take us longer, because we're talking about all this other stuff too.
Okay, yeah, that's good. Because beside this, we not only go strictly by the text, but we go with whatever we have learned in the past as well. So we combine all them together to connect, to make the smooth connection.
Yeah.
All right, let's stop right here. Okay, go ahead.
May every living being, our minds as one and radiant with light, share the fruits of peace with hearts of goodness, luminous and bright. If people hear and see how hands and hearts can find in giving unity, may their minds awake to great compassion, wisdom, and to joy. May kindness find reward. May all who sorrow leave their grief and pain. May this boundless light break the darkness of their endless night. Because our hearts are one, this world of pain turns into paradise. May all become compassionate and wise. May all become compassionate and wise.
Good, thank you very much. Okay.
Thank you, Chai.
See you tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow night.